Welcome back to StartupHakk. I'm Spencer Thomason, and with my 25 years of development experience, here at StartupHakk, we turn beginners into software developers in as little as 3 months, and we create amazing software. So today we're diving into an inspirational story about Kobe Bryant and the hard lessons he learned during his first NBA Finals. This story is not just about basketball, so hang on with me here, because I know that I'm talking to a technical crowd, which sometimes may not always be the most sports-oriented, but bear with me here. It's about perseverance, learning from failure, and relentless improvement. So let's dive in a little bit. All right, so today we're going to talk a little bit about Kobe Bryant's first NBA Finals and how they were a tough experience. Now, he shot several different airballs in the final minutes of the game of his first NBA Finals, and so he was missing crucial shots that could have changed the outcome. Now, as Kobe himself said, the shots were on target but fell short, and this highlighted his need for physical strength. Let's jump in and we'll listen to this clip here, and then I've got lots to talk about today, so stay with me here.
They were short. I gotta get stronger.
Cross-court left, open Kobe Bryant for three, another airball. He shoots back-to-back airballs.
The defining moment in his greatness was we were playing Utah.
I really thought that was a defining moment in his career.
Nobody wanted to take the last shots. I'm not taking the last shot, shooting 40% from the free throw line.
He was fearless. I think that's one of the things that spurred him to greatness.
Bryant for three. It's short again. Airball. 7 seconds. Here's a three-pointer. Airball again by Kobe Bryant.
I came up a little short. You learn from those mistakes. When I get put in that situation again, I'm not going to miss them.
Everybody talks about those airballs. I wasn't mad at you. And that's why I was the first one to come grab you and say, hey, I know everybody's laughing and giggling out, but one day people will fear you at the end of the game.
Now, I love this because it talks about, now we obviously know Kobe Bryant, the Kobe Bryant that he is now, and we see Shaq talk about a little bit of a prophecy here. But what did Kobe do about it? Now, he could have just hung his tails between his legs. Nobody would have given him a hard time if he just flew back, rested up for a few days. I'm sure it was hard on the travel, this final game. He was a young kid, but what did he do? And this is the part that I really like.
Back to LA that night, 3 in the morning, and I shot all day. I mean, all day.
Why?
Now, I listened to other clips of this where he talked about it, and he literally shot all night, all day. And after that game, he realized he needed to get stronger. So this moment of self-awareness is critical for anyone who's looking to improve. Recognizing your weaknesses and areas for growth is the first step towards making meaningful progress. So for startups, this might mean acknowledging gaps in your business model, skills, or market understanding. Now, I know a lot of times we're wearing a lot of different hats in startups, and so this means that a lot of times we've got to really dig in and just kind of be really honest with ourselves and figure out what we need to improve on. So despite this failure, Kobe's coach and teammate and Shaq praised him for his fearlessness. Kobe wasn't afraid to take those last shots, even when the odds were against him. The fearless attitude is essential for entrepreneurs and developers. Taking risks, even when failure is very possible, is part of the journey towards success. It's about having the courage to step up when it matters most. Kobe didn't let those airballs define him either. Instead, he used them as a learning experience. So when he flew back to LA, he went straight to the gym, practiced all day, all night. This relentless pursuit of improvement is what separates successful entrepreneurs from the rest. It's about learning from your mistakes and working tirelessly to ensure you don't repeat them. Now, Shaq's words did prove to become prophetic about Kobe when he said, one day people will fear you. Kobe's dedication and relentless work ethic turned those airballs into a defining moment for his career. For startups and developers, the path to greatness is paved with hard lessons and setbacks. It's about using each of those failures as a stepping stone, continually improving and never giving up on your vision. I love hearing from you guys, so make sure you're leaving comments down in the comments below, because I'll try to answer these as the comments come in. So I do watch them here as I'm doing these lives. So make sure that you do comment on those. And so make sure that you leave those comments down below, because I do read them. Now, I really love this whole story about Kobe, and I've tried to work with my kids about this. We obviously know the greatness that is the Black Mamba, the definition of hard work and perseverance. So what airballs are you shooting right now? What things do you need to do to get stronger on? So I didn't get home last night until after midnight, and I'm going to show kind of a personal story here. So these are my two boys. My two boys and I, my boys are ages 16 and 11. And we ride dirt bikes. They race. I ride. I don't really race yet. But we ride dirt bikes. And last night, you can see that we're all beet red and looking pretty sweaty and gross. It's because it was 114 when we hit the track last night. Now, obviously, I was pounding the water through these boys, and we was very careful to make sure we didn't, we're watching heat exhaustion and everything. But these boys love to ride. They would rather ride than go to Disneyland. They would rather check out the tracks that are near Disneyland than go to Disneyland. And I'm actually not making that up. If these boys can ride, they will ride. And they love it. And I love to support them in this because I think it teaches them about hard things. Dirt biking is hard. In itself, it's very, very hard. But I emphasize really frequently to them that they aren't racing against anybody else. They only are racing against themselves to just try to do better than the time they did before. That's it. And so I compare it a lot to a marathon. You don't go and ask somebody, hey, did you win the marathon? And so frequently people will be like, hey, how much do you won? It doesn't matter about the winning. The racing is about pushing against yourself. I'm going to show you some video clips just from last night, and these are live clips. So my 16-year-old had decided that he wanted to hit this triple on the back side of ACP here. So you can see him right here. It's kind of tough to see. It's really hard to shoot these because I'm about a tenth of a mile away where I'm standing to watch this. So watch him here. So he had worked on that all night long, and you have to understand this means multiple sessions of about 20-minute sessions to get out and do this pro-level track. This is not like, this is actually a pro-level track. They do all the qualifying for pros. So a lot of the pros, Hayden Deegan, Eli Tomac, have qualified in their earlier years on this track. So this is one of the pro tracks in Arizona. So for him to have worked on this critical piece was one of the things he really wanted to do, was to hit this step up. Now this is really difficult because this is jumping uphill. And so you're jumping that bike uphill, flying along, cruising along, and then hitting these corners, which you can see him hit after. And you hear me getting really excited that he cleared it, and then him flying through, right? And so really exciting to see him hit his goals. Here's another little clip of him running through the front. Now, I am definitely not one of these moto dads that are out there screaming at their kids, telling them to go faster. I'm one of these ones that are cheering them on. My job is to be their number one cheerleader. Now, this was my 16-year-old. Now, I'm just as proud of my 11-year-old because this little guy got out there and actually rode this pro track as well. So when you're 11 and you're on a little 65cc bike, this track looks pretty scary. And he got out here and he even killed it. And more importantly than anything, he improved over what he'd ever done before out on this track. Now, keep in mind, he actually bought the video game this week so he could practice virtually on this track even before we got there. That's a level of dedication these boys have put into the sport. And lest you think I'm the one pushing this, some days I'm a little worried that I don't even want to do this sport. But I'm just so proud of these kids who have picked these really hard things to try to go after. And my daughter is actually flying back right now. She's coming back from Africa. They've been out there doing a humanitarian effort to help build schools for these kids in Africa. And I'm sure they got to have a lot of fun too. But these kids really worked hard. I mean, they spent like 30 hours a week at least out at this job site. And you see her right here shoveling concrete and building out these schools. And so it's an amazing humanitarian opportunity that these kids got to do. So ultimately, my really big question for you today is, what are you going to do that's going to be like Kobe? What are those things that you need to do to sit down, practice hard, dig in, and, just like, these boys here in 112-degree temperature, I guarantee you they would have much rather preferred that it be, a solid 70, 80 degrees. But we overcome and persevere through hard things when we want them bad enough. So what are the things that you need to dive at today to work on and to become great? And, let's each of us try to find our inner Kobe today and see what things we need to do to really try to make sure that we can improve on what we've done before. As always, I love to hear from you guys in the comments, so make sure you like and subscribe, share the videos. I know these lives, a lot of people don't get in and watch them super like immediately live, but it's great that people can come back later and watch them. So make sure that you like and subscribe and leave me a comment, because I do answer all the comments personally. Here at StartupHakk, we love to train software developers. We take people with zero experience and help to train them to get ready for an intern level, position within 3 months. We also love to build amazing software here. So StartupHakk is an amazing software consulting firm, and we love to bring on new clients. So as always, reach out, leave me a comment, and we will talk to you guys next time. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, because we bring you lots of great tutorials and tips that every developer should know. See you next time.